Oh, look. Oh, my gosh.
They showed again.
Our Today All Day viewers.
They're so loyal and lovely, and you look great today, by the way. Thank you for spending your Tuesday with us. Welcome to Today in 30. We hope it's all the things you love about today, but shorter, just 30 minutes, and we got a lot to get to today.
We do. Okay, let's get started with the heat. Tens of millions on both coasts were coping with sweltering and in some places record-shattering temperatures. Mr. Rooker's going to let us all know how long that heat's going to stick around.
Plus, if you are itching to travel again, could we interest you in a bigger plane, a better seat, perhaps faster Wi-Fi? Sounds like a dream, right? We got a first look at some big changes coming soon to the friendly skies.
And then The Boss Baby is back, a new sequel. Al and I, we got an interview. We scored an interview with the star himself. Just wait until you see what happened to us during that chat.
All that, plus as we get ready to light up our grills and fire pits for the holiday weekend, we've got all the tips you need to do it safely.
Good idea. All right, sounds like a packed show, shall we?
Oh, we got to do it. It's not even the half of it.
All right, let's get ready for
Today in 30.
We're going to start off with Dylan. She's at Bryant Park right here in New York. Hey, Dylan, good morning.
Good morning, guys. You know, the heat wave that started yesterday is expected to bring us the hottest temperatures we've seen so far this year. In the Northeast, heat advisories and heat warnings are in effect, and they stretch down the coast. And so often we say it's not the heat, it's the humidity. And the humidity is going to make cities like Boston, New York City, and Philadelphia feel like it's well above 100 degrees. And the worst is yet to come.
This morning, across the Northeast, a scorching summer heat wave. Dangerous temperatures and extreme humidity sizzling cities up and down the coast.
I'm surprised that it's this hot this early.
Northeast temperatures soaring past seasonal averages, with heat advisories stretching from New Jersey to Maine.
I try to drink a lot of water.
Philadelphia and Boston declaring heat emergencies, preparing for possible record-breaking temperatures. The heavy, humid air in many places feeling hotter than 100 degrees.
It's hot. The humidity. It's horrible.
People and pets cooling off however they can. New York opening city pools despite a lifeguard shortage coming out of the pandemic. Beaches along the coast already packed ahead of the 4th of July holiday.
They had summer soccer camp this morning, and I figured a good way to cool off was to come to the beach.
Off South Carolina's shores, Tropical Storm Danny strengthened before drenching the coast. It's already the 4th named storm of the year, months earlier than normal.
Now, I know it's summer and it gets hot, but a reminder that this heat needs to be taken seriously. Heat is the #1 cause of weather-related deaths in this country. And we've actually joked about my giant water bottle in the past, but this is exactly what you need today if you're going to spend time outdoors. Lots of water, or better yet, just stay inside as much as you can.
All right, all good advice for us. Dylan, thank you.
Maybe 2 of those water bottles. As we mentioned, it's even hotter in the Pacific Northwest. That region is suffering through days of historic heat. It's shattering records. It's prompting safety warnings. NBC's Guad Venegas is in sweltering Portland, Oregon for us this morning. Hi, Guad. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Savannah. It has been painful up here in Portland. 3 consecutive days of record-breaking temperatures. It got up to 116 degrees here in Portland. That is now the hottest temperature ever recorded.
This morning, millions across the Pacific Northwest struggling to find relief from the heat.
It's unbelievable. We've been in Portland for over 20 years and we haven't experienced anything like this.
Records, some more than a century old, shattering as temperatures soar 30 degrees above average from Oregon to Washington. In parts of Portland, some public transportation services shutting down Monday. The city streetcar system tweeting photos of power cable damage during the heat riding. In case you're wondering why we're canceling services for the day, here's what the heat is doing to our power cables. At the Oregon Zoo, a family of elephants keeping cool splashing around in a swimming pool. Further south in Salem, temperature soaring to a record high 117. And in Seattle, 3 consecutive days of triple-digit temperatures for the first time on record.
Today, we couldn't get any ice. Everything is completely gone.
In North Washington, Interstate 5 shutting down lanes with buckled pavement, fueling these scorching conditions, what's called a heat dome. A ridge of high pressure acting as a lid, trapping hot air and sending temperatures climbing rapidly, leaving the Northwest facing that extreme heat.
So here's the good news. It appears we're moving out of this heat wave with the forecast finally saying today will be under 100 degrees. In fact, I can feel a breeze. It's like a whole different climate here. So the residents are probably looking back to things going back to normal, Savannah.
Oh, everybody wants a breeze. NBC's Guad Venegas. Guad, thank you very much.
That's nice. I just met Guad for the first time.
Yeah.
Nice to see him there. All right, Mr. Roker, you're over at the weather wall. You got a big picture on both coasts.
Yeah, and the problem is while the coast in the Pacific Northwest will see cooler weather, our friends inland will not. 12 million people impacted under heat watches, advisories, and warnings in the West. Out here in the Northeast, we're talking about 44 million people. We've got all-time records set in Phoenix, Las Vegas, Portland, Sacramento, even to St. Louis with 115 degrees. We've got an amplified ridge, big area of high pressure on both coasts. Here in the Northwest, records again today for Helena, Spokane, Boise, Winnemucca, Reno, Redding will see a record most likely. But by the time we get to the midweek, it does cool along the coast. But look at this. We keep triple digits, Spokane, Boise, into Helena, Glasgow, and on into Pocatello, near 100 degrees for that period of time. Now, here in the Northeast, we've got that same amplified ridge. It's cool in the midsection of the country, but new records set possibly today for Cincinnati, Charleston. It's going to feel like 94 in Pittsburgh, 96 in Rochester, Boston and New York City, both feeling like 101 degrees. But as we get into that midweek period, you'll see Wednesday, tomorrow, again, those high heat indexes at or over 100 degrees. But as we get into the latter part of the week, into the weekend, Portland, you're down to 68, 77 in New York City. So those temperatures will finally start to cool off, guys.
All right, Al. Thank you. We are back with our series, Reopening America, and a very big announcement from United Airlines this morning.
That's right. The airline saying it's buying hundreds of new planes while also upgrading and retrofitting every narrow-body plane in its fleet.
And it's happening as United and other airlines are coming out of the worst slump in air travel since 9/11. NBC's Tom Casello is at Newark Airport in New Jersey, just across the river from us. Sounds like United is believing that passengers are back, and they're back for good.
Yeah, and United is putting money on it. So this is a 737 MAX 8. It's been completely upgraded with the new United logo, but also all of the new equipment on board. Take a look at this. By the way, United is also placing the biggest order for new planes in its history. What does that mean for you and me? It means more seats, more premium seats as well. As for the luggage, look at this. The overhead luggage bin's now much bigger so that everybody on board can put your luggage right here. Look at the back screens here. The back of the screens and how big they are. 14-inch in first class, 10 inches in the back here. Faster Wi-Fi. You're going to be able to use your Bluetooth on these screens. The bottom line is that United is betting big that the slump in pandemic air travel is over.
Continue boarding United flight number 2323 with service in Nashville.
For the airline industry, on its knees and losing billions of dollars just last fall, what a difference a vaccine makes.
People are ready. People can't wait to get out. Anywhere. I will go anywhere as of right now, just not my house.
This past Sunday, the TSA reported another post-pandemic record. Nearly 2.2 million travelers passing through airport checkpoints. A year ago, it was just 633,000.
Please ensure your masks are on at all times. Masks are covered above your nose, chin covered during boarding.
Now, United Airlines, expecting to turn a profit in July, is placing a very big bet that the passenger surge will only continue. The airline says it's buying 270 new planes, both Boeing and Airbus, the biggest order in United's history and the industry's biggest order in 10 years. The company also says it will retrofit all of its existing narrow-body planes with a new look, increasing the number of domestic seats by 30%, more premium seats, bigger overhead luggage bins, much faster Wi-Fi, and entertainment screens Bluetooth enabled so you can connect your own headphones. CEO Scott Kirby on CNBC this morning.
Upgrading our domestic experience for customers is really what this order is about. And while it's a big aircraft order, it's really about upgrading the customer experience with new airplanes, but also brand new interiors, the best interior, seatback entertainment, and all the amenities that we're going to put on the airplane.
For years, United's customer service rankings have fallen below that of some competitors. Now it's making an expensive commitment to turn a page.
United realizes that it needs to step up its game when it comes to customer service, and that's what they're planning to do.
Counting existing plane orders, United is adding a staggering 500 new planes to its fleet. And that will require more pilots, flight attendants, and ground crews. 25,000 new hires by 2026.
So this isn't just big in terms of our customers. This is also big in terms of the economic impact it's going to have on our hubs and across the country.
Hey, everybody watching Today in 30, I'm Tom Costello. You may have seen my spot already about the surge in air travel and how United is ordering 500 new planes over the next 3 to 4 years. It's a staggering number. It means that in 2023, they'll take possession of a new plane every 3 days. Chances are you'll be on one of these new planes. You're going to have bigger luggage space, a better experience with your seatback entertainment, much faster Wi-Fi. You better start getting ready to book your ticket now because United is absolutely convinced that the surge in air travel is here to stay.
And we are back, and we've got a Today exclusive. And guess what? It's a little different. A little different, would you say? I know, real people, hi.
Well, if you have kids, you probably remember The Boss Baby, a really funny animated movie about a suit-wearing, briefcase-carrying baby.
Well, guess what? He's back with a new sequel. Hoda and I were lucky enough to score an exclusive interview with none other than the Boss Baby himself.
Yeah, and let's say we're still recovering. Take a look. If you thought your boss had temper tantrums, you ain't seen nothing.
This is war.
In the original Boss Baby film, a young boy's life is turned upside down by the arrival of his new brother, who also happens to be an undercover corporate executive on a secret mission.
You can talk.
Get yourself a little something.
Spoiler alert, the Boss Baby does eventually grow up, but thanks to a secret downsizing formula, he can slip back into those form-flattering diapers when called into action, which he is for the sequel, The Boss Baby Family Business. And the boss took time out of his busy schedule to chat with us about the film.
Hello?
Boss Baby?
He's late.
You know what? I think it's kind of rude.
Well, he is a baby. Maybe he hasn't learned to tell time yet.
Wait a minute, do you hear that?
Cancel my 3 o'clock and move Power Tai Chi to 4:05, but don't touch my play date.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us.
It's good to be with you, Hoda and Al, but time is money, so let's keep it snappy.
Oh, okay. Well, the Boss Baby Family Business. What can you tell us about it?
Well, there's plenty of laughs, a little heart, and a lot of thrilling action. It's a sequel thing. Bigger stunts, higher stakes. Speaking of stakes, could I offer you a Chateaubriand for 2? Huh?
No thanks. Thank you, though.
Anyway, I hear that you have a new boss in the movie. How's that working out for you?
Well, to be clear, Tina's just a boss, but I'm a bigger boss. I've got at least 2 pounds on her, okay?
I don't know. From what we've seen, seems like she can hold her own.
We're all in it together.
Every man for himself.
1 is the loneliest number.
The ayes have it.
We the people.
Yeah, and it must be real difficult to have to answer to somebody who's so talented and so young.
Well, it's not like I'm old.
No. It's just that Tina seems to be making bold changes, like story time, free pacifiers for all, even flexible nap times.
Flexible? I mean, look at this. Can you get a toe in your ear?
But you know what? Tina really does seem...
Power nap! Oh, I've only had 4 today. I don't think people understand how difficult it is interacting with all the droolers out there. Half the people wearing ties in corporate should be wearing bibs.
Come on. Baby life is sweet.
Let's face it, you don't even have to wipe.
Oh, please. You couldn't crawl a mile in my Egyptian cotton diapers.
Is that a challenge?
Are we going to take that from a baby?
Here's a little of my downsizing formula. Take a swig if you think you can handle it. Well, I got to take off. I've got a board meeting at 15. And if I'm not on time, there's going to be a lot of whining and crying. And, good luck. Don't say I didn't warn you.
If you think we can handle it.
Bottoms up. You are
adorable.
So cute.
Don't cry. Oh, I forgot about this part of baby.
This morning, we are talking with the NASCAR legend.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. earned 26 career victories, including the 2004 and 2014 Daytona 500.
And Dale joins us now live. Dale, I got to say, this has got to feel like almost like a time machine for you. And I know you've done this before.
Yeah, I love going around the country and trying to find abandoned racetracks and why they are abandoned, what's their story, and what they meant to those communities when they were thriving. The best part about it for me is really putting boots on the ground and finding evidence of those tracks. And we find some pretty cool stuff in our hunts. And again, like we get to talk to some legends in our sport. We get to talk to a bunch of people in these communities where these tracks existed. And they're everywhere. We have a map that we've all been working on for over a decade of over 2,000 abandoned tracks in the United States that there's still evidence of the actual racing circuit on the property. So those are the ones we're most interested in, not the tracks that are redeveloped or are no longer there. We look for something that we can show you tangible evidence of the surface or the guardrail or something that would let you know that there was a racetrack there. And the stories that come with those tracks are just amazing. Season 2 is a big step up from Season 1. Season 1 was great. We had a lot of great success with that. But we really improved on our production and editing and everything. Storytelling, all that was much better for Season 2.
Well, you've certainly seen hundreds of racetracks. Are there any that have, I guess, stuck with you the most?
Well, going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in Season 2 was pretty personal because I raced at that track, and they just closed that racetrack for redevelopment at the end of 2020. So that was very fresh for the community. So when we talk to people that spent a lot of time there either watching races or racing at the racetrack, you can tell in their emotions that it's very difficult for them to see the track go. And going to Texas World Speedway. So most of the lost speedways that we find and talk about and showcase on the show are small, half-mile dirt racetracks. But as you see, Texas World Speedway is a 2-mile lost speedway. There's no other 2-mile super speedway that exists. That's a lost speedway, abandoned, that exists in the United States. So it's a really amazing visual. When we walked up on top of the grandstands and looked out over Texas World Speedway, it almost takes your breath. And then you do a million questions pop into your mind, like how did this place not survive? What happened here? And we uncover that. We really do. We get to the bottom of just how close Texas World Speedway came to making it. We might still be racing there today, if not for just a few circumstances going the other way.
Yeah. So Dale, you've been out of the race game now for 3 years. We're actually actively racing. You're an NBC analyst covering the track. But do you sometimes think, I could get back behind that wheel. I could do this.
Every day. I feel, I'm 46 years old and there are a lot of guys that are still racing at this age and still competitive. And I still feel like that I have some unfinished business, and there's that little bit in you that always wonders if you walked away too soon or if you retired from driving full time too soon. I'll probably always wonder about that, but I use that excitement for driving. I use the fact that I miss it. I use that in the broadcast. I want to be out there. I think that energy is good for the broadcast. When I see something happening on the track, I get excited about it. I want to be in that battle. I'm thinking about what that driver's dealing with and how much fun he's having. And I think that helps my work in the booth as an analyst. So I don't think I'm pretty much 99% sure that I'll never go back to full-time driving.
Oh, but there's that 1%. You left the door open, Dale.
Maybe.
Well,
something you want to tell us?
No. I just think that I hang on to that desire to do it. I hang on to it because I think it helps me in the booth. I don't ever want to be in a position in my life where I don't want to be driving a race car.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not driving a car full time, I always want that passion for it to be part of me.
Got it.
I love
All
it.
right, so he's
We tried.
he's headed to Daytona. It sounds like. All right.
And congrats on the new baby girl, by the way. I guess you don't say new baby.
Oh, thank y'all so much. Everybody's great at home.
Look at those cuties.
Oh, beautiful family. All right, Dale, thanks so much for joining us.
Okay, ladies, the 4th is coming up. What do you got going on?
Joel's firing up the barbecue, cooking, I don't know what, hot dogs and hamburgers.
Ribs.
Oh,
Ribs.
You know the kind that you need like a roll of family paper towels because it's all here. It's like that. I want those.
I'm hoping that we're going to keep the kids up for fireworks, and fireworks are happening. I don't know if they're happening this year, but they're old enough to stay up. The two oldest.
Except for Hal, the third child, who's too
How
little.
many kids do you have? I have 3. One is going to be sound asleep in his 4th of July pajamas.
Yes, exactly.
Sounds like my ideal night.
Now to our summer safety series, and with 4th of July gatherings just days away, we know barbecues and fire pits will be burning all over the country.
But what you may not know is July also happens to be the peak month for fires breaking out while grilling. And as you're about to see, they can spark at any time.
Okay, but there are some steps that you can take to help keep your family safe. Take a look.
It can happen in an instant.
I thought, oh my God.
When I opened the door of the grill is when the fire ignited.
Their home security camera capturing the dramatic moments as Clint Erickson springs into action.
Trying to get it away from the house was my first thought so that the house didn't catch on fire.
Then grabbing the fire extinguisher.
I am thankful for the fact that Clint acted so swiftly. I know where the fire extinguisher is now. I did not know where it was prior to that. My lack of knowledge could have made this situation a lot worse.
More than 10,000 home fires are attributed to grill accidents each year. Thankfully, Clint escaping only with some singed hairs.
You know, you always think, oh, it's not going to happen to us. It's not going to happen to me. But then it does.
Even happening to Jimmy Kimmel. A gas buildup leading to a 4th of July barbecue accident. Jimmy sharing his story with Ellen last year.
And there was a massive explosion in my face, and I burned my beard off and my eyebrow off. Yeah, that's my arm. And yeah, they say I'm lucky, but it didn't feel like a lucky stroke when it happened. That's for sure.
Acting U.S. Fire Administrator Tanya Hoover on how to stay safe.
If you have an emergency, if you have a fire, the first thing you want to do is call 911. Turn off the gas that is on. Close the top. Step away from the grill.
She says grill placement is key.
So when you're placing your grill, the safe distance is a minimum of 3 feet all the way around. You do not want flame, heat, catching anything on fire other than what you're cooking.
Clean before every use.
That grease, that food product is on that grill. You can ignite whatever was left there.
And when it's time to light the grill.
With the grill top open, you're going to make sure that your gas cylinder and the valve are connected securely. You're going to turn that valve on, and then you can safely ignite your grill.
But how do you know if there's a gas leak?
You could smell gas, you could hear a hissing noise. That's a sign. Turn off the grill, turn off the tank. And give time for the gas that may have expelled that did not ignite to dissipate.
If you're using charcoal, use a metal can with a lid to dispose of the briquettes. And precautions should be made for fire pits as well. Fire pit and outdoor heater accidents send about 5,300 people to the ER every year. Much like grilling, there should be a minimum safety zone of 3 feet. Fully extinguish fires before you leave. And closely watch children when a fire pit is in use.
It really does put things into perspective how quickly a situation can escalate, and that really makes you think and you know that anything can happen. It's unexpected.
We got another huge show for you guys tomorrow. Savannah, guess who's here?
Who?
All right, one of our favorites.
Oh.
The Zac Brown Band.
Oh, they're doing a concert?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Can't wait for that. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Today. Have a great Tuesday.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.